Good morning. My name is Carrick Williams, owner of Carrick Williams Photography LLC. We're located at 811 Hickory Glen Drive in Safran, Florida, 33584. Today is Saturday, March 9th, 2019. And just look behind me here. What a beautiful, beautiful day the Lord gave us here to work. We're in Hernando County at Hernando High School. And my client today is Allstate Construction. They're located at 4509 North Nebraska Avenue in Tampa, Florida, 33603. I have two main contacts for this project today. The project manager is Mr. Zui Kao, and the superintendent on the project is Mr. Barry Westlake. Both those gentlemen's contact information will be on the screen here as I'm introducing them now, including their email address, phone numbers, etc. Today's project for Allstate Construction is the Hernando High School HVAC replacement. The address here at Hernando High School is 700 Bell Avenue, Brooksville, Florida, 34601. Today we're going to be doing the pre-construction video for buildings number 9, 16, 17, and 19. We'll be providing a video documentation of the pre-existing conditions of the site, of the buildings, exterior and interior, before any work continues in that area, and any other various adjacent areas to those buildings that are pertinent to that job that may or may not be damaged already. Okay, that's it. Let's get going. We are going to start the recording here with building number 16. This building number 16 is directly across from, and I'll look back here for you in a second, directly across from the Allstate Construction work trailer. So we're going to turn around. We're going to be facing, right now, we're going to be facing the west. This is building 16. We're going to walk into the building, look around the perimeter of the building, and note all the existing conditions. We are then going to go inside the building and walk around and see what's inside there. Okay, so right now we're going to be walking toward the west, looking west. The first thing I come up to here on the east side of the building is a transformer box. This is encaged with a fence, probably about a 6-foot fence, 6'1", 6'2" fence. You'll see the fence is leaning inward. You see the the gate is locked with two separate locks, but you'll also notice that how the fence is leaning in. It's not standing straight. We're going to look to the right, which is the north side of the fence. We'll notice that at the gate here, the gate also is leaning. You can look through the back and you can see how the backside through the side is leaning also. We'll walk around and look at this. Again, we're walking around to the north side. You can see how in the middle of the fence we just looked at, the gate opening, how it's not secured completely, but it is locked. You'll note that on the top of the fence there is, you see the fence was put together, and there's no damage. It's just showing. You'll see on the left side here, which is the northeast corner, that fence post is leaning in. I'm on the north side of the fence, looking at the northwest corner. The northwest corner fence post is leaning also toward the east. You'll notice also that inside there, the transformer box itself is actually, see it better here, you can see it's actually leaning in toward the east. I'm going to walk around here to the, looking back toward the east. You can see how, again, that fence post on the northwest corner is leaning. The top of the fence is leaning also toward the north. We are now on the south side of the fence enclosure. Again, you can note that this fence post here also is leaning just a little bit, which is the southwest corner. And we'll go back around. First of all, looking directly north, you can again see how the fence posts are leaning in different directions. And this is the southeast corner. I'm going to walk around now, starting with the corner of the building. Again, I'm looking west. This is the northeast corner of the building. We're going to back out and walk into the building on the sidewalk completely. Again, we're right directly across from the Allstate construction work trailer. We'll start here and walk in toward the building. We're going to walk toward the west, looking at the sidewalk. And we're facing west, walking west. You see that enclosure to my left or to the south? You can see where it looks like the pavement's been shaven to match up. There's no tripping hazard. They're getting closer. You'll see another section where the pavement looks to have been shaven down to prevent a tripping hazard. And again, the section of concrete just before you get to the main building itself also has been shaven down to prevent any tripping hazards. We're going to look at the building now. Again, we're facing west. Looking at the east doors, going up to look at the HHS sign. We're noting the camera system, security system. Oh, this is the northeast corner. We are going to walk around the building, noting the condition of the concrete and the walls and the door. Nothing to report. We're now looking west, and we're going to turn around and face the building. This is the north side of the building. Again, we're going to back out so we can get a full view. I'm going to pan for you to look at it again. You'll see the Allstate trailer. You'll see the enclosure that we just looked at, and this is the north side of the building. Is this an optical illusion, or is this building? Oh, it's not an illusion. Okay. I was looking at the corner here. It looks like it was leaning, but it's not. It's architectural design. We're going to walk toward the west, looking south at the north side of the building. Not really noting anything to report. There is a manhole cover. There's another access box. We come toward the northwest corner of the building. Again, this is building number 16. We'll note a air condition inside of the enclosure. This is a much taller enclosure. It's probably about 8 foot tall. It's in good condition. Again, you'll see the door on the right side of the west side is leaning a little bit, not exactly straight, but it looks good. We walk around now. We're at the right at the northwest corner of the building. If we come to the very northwest corner, we're going to notice that there is a very large piece of concrete broken in the corner. This is the northwest corner. We'll also notice there's a box right next to that corner. That box is maybe a sprinkler box, but I can't see inside. But you'll see the box is damaged. The lid is off and inside. Again, they're looking directly at the northwest corner. I'm facing east, southeast. We're going to note that we're going to step back a little bit more. And again, we're facing southeast, and this is the northwest corner. You'll note here that there's the older sidewalk. Let me look up to give you some reference here. From the building itself, there's there's sidewalk coming out going toward the northwest. Well, that sidewalk there's the old sidewalk next to the building. There's a new section of sidewalk been installed. Right at the end of the new section of sidewalk, where it meets the old section, there is a break in the concrete. The corner is broken. You can see it's a nice chunk. You can see the break in that concrete. Point of reference, we're going to widen out here and look at the this is the entire west wall. As I pan around to my right, which is south completely, you'll notice there is some more electrical equipment that's enclosed. This fence looks really good. It's in good condition, and it looks to be pretty new, and it's all standing pretty straight. We're now going to go back and walk around the west side of the building. We're going closer first. We're traveling back east, looking at the exterior of the building. Turn around again, and you can see where the old concrete is. The new concrete starts the sidewalk. We just notice here that at this junction in the northwest corner, you'll see two sections of sidewalk here that have severe cracks. The outside piece, the piece next to it is cracked. Again, you'll look over to my left, the corner, see that piece of concrete that's broken off. Again, we're looking at the corner. This is the northwest corner. Looking at the door area, sidewalk area. We're now going to walk down the sidewalk, note the condition of the sidewalk and the condition of the wall. This is the west wall. coming now to the southwest corner of the building. We're now directly at the southwest corner of the building. We're looking northeast. Again, this is the southwest corner of the building. We're going to come all the way out to the main walkway, and we're going to note that, again, this is the southwest corner of the building. This is the sidewalk walking into toward that building, walking north. You'll notice in the corner there's a severe crack in the sidewalk. That whole section of the sidewalk is broken and cracked. You'll see this whole first section, as well as the second section of sidewalk, is broken. Cracks running east, west, north, and south. And then there's a lighter colored sidewalk. You see there's a new sidewalk in place there. The ones before that are broken. We're going to look now at the building itself. This is, again, the southwest corner. You're going to note there's a telephone pole or electrical pole here, and that pole has some damage about probably 12 feet or so up. You can see that damage to the pole. We're now going to walk toward the east, noticing the outside sidewalk, which is next to the street. And then notice the building itself. The building, this is the south side of the building. Again, we're traveling east, looking at the south side of the building. We're facing north. We're going to go in closer here. We have another little entrance here. We're going to look to my left, which is the west side of this this room. We're going to notice that there's a door here. There's some this is just dirty. That shows no breakage or anything I can see. I will make a small note that at the bottom of the door you can see that there's the rubber from the door there is coming off. There's no number on that door, but across from that door is the mechanical room, 107 mechanical room. You'll see up top it says 16-107. It's just dirty, shows no breakage, if I can see. Well, no, there's just there is a little bit of breakage down here at the bottom. If I can get to that. We'll note here that there's a wall next to this west door. A small little barrier wall. That wall has a crack going east and west, and it goes all the way through that little barrier wall. Look down here also in the very bottom, you'll see there's a crack in the sidewalk. Again, this is the south side of the building. Crack in the sidewalk. And then there's another crack in the sidewalk. So there's multiple cracks in the sidewalk. We're now going to back out a little bit and look at about in the middle of the building, there's another AC unit. In probably about an 8 foot or so or more chain link fence cage. It's in good condition. Just south of that, there's a electrical entrance cover. Note that cover is slightly off in the corner. traveling east, looking north at the south side of the building. There's a fire hydrant. Before I go in and look at the east side of the building, I'm going to note that in the corner, in the southeast corner, there's a sidewalk that goes just behind the building. It runs diagonally toward the Allstate Construction's work trailer. That sidewalk has a break in the corner. Now back to the southeast corner. We're going to walk and look at the building. As I get in closer here to the very corner, I'm going to note that there's some breakage or concrete filler missing in the very corner between the bricks. Looking north now, we're going to turn around and look back toward the west and look at the east side of the building. I'm going to go back here again to the southeast corner of the building and note that, if I can get this in here, note that there are, that same area, there's concrete missing. You can see it there in it's starting to crack in the brick. But also in this corner, you're going to notice there's some brick cracked, and some the concrete missing. The brick is actually cracked. You notice here at the very bottom, you can see the cracks in the stair step cracks in the brick. As I go up, look in the corner. It's really hard to see here. Let's do it this way. Okay, you can see there. You can see. I know it's kind of bright, but you can see the cracks in the corner. As we go around looking again at the building, I'm traveling north now, looking at the east side of the building. This door is directly in the center of the building on the east side. While coming closer, notice there's a concrete pad outside the door. That pad has damage. It's severely damaged. I also notice at the top of the door on the left side, which is the south side, there are cracks in the stair step cracks. If I look down on the right side of the top of the door, again you'll see just some cracks in the mortar, cracks in the brick and the mortar between the bricks. We're now heading again toward the north, looking at the east side of the building. I make a special note that starting right at the door, close just above the top hinge, the brick shows stair step cracks going all the way across. And this looks to be like the brick itself some bricks been replaced in here. And where this brick's been replaced, it looks like there's cracks going there. You can see the cracks there. You see the difference in the brick. The new brick is smooth, and the old brick has had a more rough finish. The colors are pretty close to being correct. Then the crack goes down, stair steps down, and it goes stepping down to the ground, looks like. Yes, all the way down to the ground. You can see that crack keeps coming down, and it winds up going right into the ground, the base of the building. Again, we're now at the northeast corner, looking west at the east side of the building. Okay, we're going to go inside the building now and look around. Again, this is building number 16. We're going to hopefully enter into the east door. We are now going inside the building, building number 16. We're at the east door. And I'm looking down now, and the first thing I see as I look down is a large crack in the floor. It's a large diagonal crack. It looks like maybe it's going to be fixed. I see some grinding has been done to the area. You looking to my left, which is south, you'll note that same crack runs to the wall and under the door. We'll notice also there's a crack running toward the 104 handicap room, wherever that is over there. There's a room. You can see the floor is cracked there also. So we're going to go inside the first room, which is room 106, to my left here, which is south. Okay, you'll see here the room. If we look toward the south at room number 106, which in the top of the door says 16-106. Notice that the door is damaged on the right corner. But notice there's a crack in the plaster, the left top side of the door. And we're going to go inside this room now. We are now going to go inside room 106. Before we go in, look down at the bottom here, we notice that the entrance has some damage to the rubber seal of the door. This is obviously the high school's workout room, weight room. I'm going to go in and turn around and look back where we just came in. That is we're looking to the north now. This is, again, room 106. The entrance door. We're going to look around the room. We're going to notice that we're looking toward the north. We're panning around toward the east side of the room, noting the equipment, walls, floor. Again, this is the interior east side wall and east side of the room. We're walking toward the south, looking east. Here is that door we saw from the outside, the middle of the room. This is the door in the middle of the east wall. Nothing really much to note, I can see. Looking now at the south wall. going toward the southwest corner of this room. I'm now facing directly west. And I'm turning around now toward the northwest corner of this room. Then finally back to the north door we came in. We are now looking in the northwest corner of this room. We'll see a door. The sign of the door says 106A. We're going to go into that door and see what's in there. We've just opened the door to room 106A. Looks like the coach's room, maybe. Notice on the floor the black material, rubber material, has some cracks in it going across the door. We're going to go inside the room here. We're walking into the 106A. I'm going to note the floor area, the walls. I'm going to note that there is ceiling tile missing. More ceiling tiles missing. You'll notice that there is ceiling tile next to the light that's out that shows a wet stain. The ceiling tile next to the one that's missing is broken, it's pushed down. There's some minor plaster loose at the top of the ceiling tile on the wall. And now we're going to go back outside of this room. This is room 106A. Look behind the door before I leave and notice that there is the bottom, probably about a foot in from the corner. We'll notice there's a crack in the wall. That crack runs up. It turns to the left, you can see it there, and continues going up. You can see it here, going up to about a foot from the wall, you'll see the crack running from that corner, which is the northeast corner there, and it runs across the wall. Actually runs across the wall, through the wall. You see the wall is open up top here into the other side of the other side of the wall. We're now outside room 106. We're going to continue toward the west. The next room we get to here is room number 104. The top of the sign says 16-104. This is the girls' restroom. As we come in the room, we're going to notice there's just some minor crack and damage to my right, which is the corner, the right corner, going up the wall. We're going to walk to my right, which is toward the restroom stalls. We'll see some minor damage, crack, going toward that light switch. We go into the first stall. shower, the door. I'm going to go into the next room. We'll note that on the right corner, there's damage where the door closes, that area, there's damage. We're going to come in and take a quick look around the room. We'll notice, again, you can see the damage, sorry about this, damage to the corner. We'll note the machine, the wall. We'll note the two holes at the bottom. Looks like something has been removed from that area. We'll note there's nothing much to report so far. Looking around this room. You'll note here on the wall that there is something's been replaced. There's a stainless steel metal patch over it. That patch has a dent in the middle. Going back toward the door, this is the locker room area. You'll see that the very first locker on my right has a dent in it and is damaged. We'll note that 1, 2, 3, next to the third, between the third and the fifth locker on the floor, there's a crack in the floor. We'll notice the next to the lockers. We're gonna look in the back in the corner here and note that the plaster has cracks in the corner. You can see it there. And a small crack in the floor. Turning around, looking at the last set of lockers. I'm actually facing south, I believe. And then again, we're going to head back out. Before I head out, I notice here at the corner on the wall there is some minor damage to the plaster. Okay. Get the lights off. Okay, we're back in the hallway now. We're going to go and look, continue walking toward the west. We're going to notice the slight damage to the paint on both sides. There is severe paint damage, big spots of paint on the left side, which is the south side. I'm going to note that about 25 feet or so from the door, and you'll notice right above an access, below an access in the ceiling, you'll see a crack in the wall. That crack runs from about the middle up. It runs toward the east. You can see it. You can see down here at the top also, it runs to the west some. You can see the paint chips. Paint chipped off. You see the cracks in the wall. Again, up overhead, you can see the slight crack in the plaster. After this next big paint chip, you'll see another crack going there. Again, I'm traveling west, looking south of the wall. And we're now coming to the end of this wall. This is room 105, but look at you see the damage on the floor. The floor is cracked. You'll see the corner bead is showing. You notice also here at the very top, there is a crack in the corner, and that is the access plate up there, and that crack runs all the way across the ceiling. We'll come back to the other side of the room, the other side of the building in a second. We're going to stay here on the south side. We're going to look at the floor again. You'll notice the crack running across and the breakage of the floor just before you enter the door into room 105. I'm going to go in room 105 now and record the interior. We're now going to go into room 105. Again, I mentioned earlier the damage to the floor. As I open the door in the corner, I see more damage on the floor. This is the wrestling room. I'm traveling inside the room now. I'm looking at the south wall. I'm going to turn around and look back where we came in. Again, you see room 105. You can also see to my right, which is on the west corner, is room 106A. There are two room 106As. What they did was they divided this room. You'll see as I go in that they put that wall there in the back, which divided the coaches area from this side over here. So as I come in this room and look around, you can see that same crack in the corner I mentioned earlier on the other side of room 106A at the top. It comes through. And then you look around and you'll see the clock. And after the clock, you'll see back in the northwest corner, there's a crack in the wall. So look back toward the entrance. Now look back toward the south, starting at the floor, going up. I'm going to notice here that at the top, in the ceiling tiles, there are some ceiling tiles that are damaged and broken. This is on the ceilings in the southeast corner of the room. I'm going to go back outside here. As I go back outside, I look down and notice there's some minor cracks in the linoleum, the tile. We're going back and look at the north wall. I'm traveling west, looking north. I'm going to stop here. This is pretty much the middle of the room. I'm going to note here, right below the air-conditioned vents, you can see there's a crack in that wall going vertical. And then if you look right there at the word wrestler, it says Outstanding Wrestler Awards. You'll notice below the words there's a crack running across, and it could be a pencil mark where they wrote the words, but I want to just note it. It's a pencil mark or it's a crack, but it's right there below those words, and it could be a pencil mark. Either way, it's noted. This is the northwest corner. We're now looking west at the west wall. We're now south, facing south, looking at the south wall. Turning around more. That is the southeast corner. We looked at the outside of that corner a little while ago. Where that step down was, there's some cracks on the concrete down there. Had a little knee wall there. And now we're looking back toward the east wall. We'll note there's a small patch just above the protective mat. And we're going to go inside that room, which is 105B. We're walking east into 105B. Before I go in, I'm going to note here that the electrical switch looks like it's been pushed in a little bit. I'm going to also note that in the corner, just below the room identification plate, 105B, that corner wall is damaged. As I go inside 105B, I'm going to start to my right. Looking at the wall, there's just some minor paint chips around missing. You see some larger paint chips missing on the actual east wall. There are holes, those screw holes in the wall on this east wall all the way across. You see some minor crack in the wall. And we're facing now, we're going to the north wall. I will note that in the ceiling, right next to the AC vent, there is some staining. This is the northwest corner of this room. As I turn around to go back into the main resting room, we'll note there's some more paint chips missing, large paint chips missing. We have just come out of room 105. We are going to continue to go toward the west, then turn around and look at the north side rooms. You'll see the damage to the wall, the paint peeling off, paint chipped off. You'll see crack just above the darker paint line. You'll see a crack in the wall going vertically up just below the second access panel. There's another crack in the wall at the bottom, the paint area, just below between the first and second access. We're at the end of the building now. Looking down, we'll see some damage to the floor. I'll turn around and look north. We'll note here that this door sign says 16-101. There is no door plate. We're going to this room. Just outside this door, notice there's some damage to the floor. I'm going to try to go inside room 16-101 right now. Just open the door to room 16-101. Note that that door was not locked. This is a mechanical room, an AC room looks like. Note that there's damage to the tile on the floor, or the plaster on the floor. We come in. We'll note that, we'll turn around to where we came in. This is where we just entered, the door we just entered into. Note some minor damage to the insulation above the door. Let's make special note that someone's been in here and has put plastic sheeting over the entire east wall. But as I look up, I want to make special note that there are large stair step crack going from pretty much the corner, from what I can see. It goes up and up and up and up to the top where that hole is, where the you see the foam insulation is. The stair shaft crack is up there. And you note that the entire wall itself has been covered with plastic. We're now facing the northeast corner of this room. And again, you can see it's all covered in plastic. Going around to the west corner of the room. I will make note that in the corner, the floor is wet. This is the southwest corner of the room. The unit itself and we notice there's a door panel here. So it's just sitting here. And that's it. Again, this door was not locked. We continue now going back toward the east, just outside of that room 16101. There's that patching in the floor. Going to the next room, which is 16-102. We're going to note that at the top of the door, the left side, which is the west side, there's a slight crack underneath the paint. There's one also on the other side, so just a slight bulging. We'll note that there is no placard for the sign on the outside, no identification sign. We're now going to go inside room 16102. This is a janitor's closet. Smaller room, janitor's closet. Okay, nothing reported here. Well, just a little something. That crack at the top of the ceiling is just a very slight crack going across the threshold, top of the ceiling. The ceiling meets the wall. I'm going to continue toward the east, going to the boys' bathroom, which is room 103. Again, you'll see that crack in the floor. The door sign does say out of order, and the top sign says 16-103. Make a little minor note here that in the corner, which is the west corner, the plate has some damage. You can see it right here. This plate has some damage. And there's some minor cracking in the paint in the corner, in the darker area. As I come into this room, I'm going to note that on the left side, there's been a repair, or is being a repair. I'll note this on the floor. There is, as you come in and turn to your right, which I believe is east, you'll note that there is a crack in the floor also. You'll see repairs on the wall. Again, you'll see repairs being done to the wall, plaster. Again, you'll see more repairs being done to the wall. Again, you can clearly see that crack in the floor. If you walk down toward the other way, which is east, I believe, yes. Again, you'll see some minor pushing out of the corner plates, but you can see the repairs being done here. Drywall repairs. You'll note here that in the corner where the tile is, this is the, I guess this is the shower area. Yeah, this is the shower area. There's no door, the door's been removed. And you'll note that there is broken tile toward the bottom, cracked tile above it. There's repairs being done. You'll see more cracked tile and broken tile in this corner. As I go into the room, on the bottom, darker tile, you'll see some broken and cracked tile. This is the shower area. You'll notice a bit up top, there's a broken tile right across from the shower head. I'm going to go into the restroom area. Again, you'll note there's some patchwork being done to the plaster of the wall. I look around the room. We'll note there's some minor dents in the plate that where the door hits it and it's opened. And there's also a small crack in the wall running horizontally. There's the sink area. Okay. We've just come out of room 103, the boys' restroom, shower area. We're heading back toward the east. I'm gonna go out the same door we came in. We're looking north, the north wall. Again, you see some cracks in the paint, large paint chips, cracks in the wall next to the water fountain. Crack in the wall above the water fountain. And a crack going horizontally in that middle section. You can see it there going across. That crack goes up at the corner and then stops. We're back here at the 104, the girls' restroom, which we've already been into. And we're going to exit the building. We've just exited the building number 16. And this is again, the east side. I want to make a note, I missed something earlier on the exterior of the building. If you look south, starting at the door, and look at the south wall, you will note there's been a repair. You can see the difference in the older tile and the new tile. The new tile is a little bit darker, but you'll see a diagonal stair-step crack running through the new tile going up to the top as far as I can see it. You get a little closer for that view. Again, you see the difference in the tile color. The darker new tile there. I'll follow it down and show you how that stair-step crack runs most of the way down to at least the middle of the door area. And there's also, it looks like a very small crack on the same corner. I believe that's a crack, yes. On the same corner, you can see some, it's minor, but it's just some cracking in the concrete mortar between the bricks. This is the northeast corner. We're now going to go to our next building. We are now going to record building number 19. This is the school's agricultural department. I am now at the northwest corner of the school, and we'll proceed to record the exterior of the school first. The wide exterior, then we'll get a little closer into the where the doorways are. I'm traveling toward the south, looking east at the building. There's a ramp. Let me stop before I go to the ramp. Down below here, there's an entrance box to be in good condition. Looking at the handrails. I'm going to get here to the corner, this actual corner of the building itself, and this is the northwest corner. Look at the snake checking me out. Look there. Hey, buddy. Black snake checking me out. We are at the actual northwest corner of the building. At this corner, we're going to note that there is some minor stair-step cracks in the corner of the building. There's a minor crack up here toward the top in the concrete block. We continue more toward the south in the same area. We're going to notice there are more stair-step cracks right behind the conduit going toward the north. We're noting the condition of the handrail. And there's just stair-step cracks all along this wall. Again, we're traveling toward the south. We're looking east at the building, looking at the west side of the building, facing east. You'll see a crack underneath the window. You'll see this is the door, approximately in the middle of the room, middle of the building. Its door, the room number is 19-001. I'll look up and note that at the top there is a crack in the wall, and there's one as it comes down about halfway. You got another crack there. Again, we're continuing to walk toward the south. We're noting stair-step cracks, large ones on the wall. You can see that stair-step crack starting here at the second louver, set of louvers at the bottom, and goes up and over. And goes up. Again, traveling south, looking at the exterior of the wall of the stair-step crack at this far south louver. So louver, this is the actual fourth louver from the where we traveled, from the front to the back. You see the stair-step crack there, going up. See another crack up above in the concrete. I'm going to step out some so we can get a wide view. We'll note the cage for, I guess, animals. We're now at the southwest corner of the building. I'm looking over the fence and I can see cracks in the wall. The corner itself is cracks there. There's stair step cracks there, probably about 8-10 foot in. Stair step crack going up the wall. We are now at the southwest corner of the building. We'll be traveling toward the east, looking north at the back side, looking at the south side of the building. As we walk in, let me back up so I show I'm walking from a grassy area to a concrete pad area. You'll see how the whole concrete area dips down to the drain. We'll note that there are cracks in the concrete all around this pad. There's cracks in the sidewalk here, going toward the building. As we go in, we'll see more cracks in the concrete. And this is the agricultural building again. You'll see it on the door. Again, more cracks in the concrete as we walk around. We're passing the power box outside. That power box outside, you see that it has a metal cage around it. It is locked and in good condition, I guess. Yeah. We are now at the southeast corner of the school, and there's a fence that we cannot get in, I don't believe. I'll check and see in a second. You'll notice there's some cracks in the wall up top. And again, this is the southeast corner. I will note now that that fence was not locked. It was not locked. I opened the gate, and you'll see here at the bottom of the gate, the bottom part of the gate has some damage. You'll see here the swinging part of the gate here also has some damages. It's bent toward the bottom. I'm now looking at the building. I am on the east side of the building, looking west, and I can see the stair step crack in the wall. Nothing much to report here. I'm just looking toward the west. I'm on the east side of the building, looking west at the east side of the building. I will note that there are some cracks in this little area here, east side of the building. I'm looking to kind of southwest. You can see down below some minor, it looks like, I can't think it's cracked, I'm not really sure, but you can see it pretty good there. As I go up the building, you'll see at the top of the window, there are some old cracks in the wall. Go to the very top. widen back out now and continue looking at the entire east side of the building. There's a gate here also. I'm going to see if that gate is open. I'm going to notice that I'm back here at the southeast corner of the building. I'll note that I did close the gate back, did not lock it. But I notice also here again there's some damage at the bottom of that gate. About to exit this closed-in area, this fenced-in area, which is again right by the street. This is again the east side of the building, building 19. I'll note the gate here again also is unlocked. I've opened it up already. I'm going to go through it and close it back. Again, as you see, the gate is closed, and I'm at the northeast corner of the building. We're now going to walk toward the east, looking at the entire north side of the building. We'll note that out front here there's some wooden benches. There's brick pavers. These brick pavers are damaged. Looks like the roots from the trees a tree is coming up and pushing them up. Noting the condition of the bench. This is the bench going across from east to west. The first bench is going from north to south. You get closer now, look at the the wall. This is the wall just prior to going up on the ramp to go to the interior of the building. Again, just showing the area, showing the brick pavers, the telephone pole fencing, just the overall area. Looking back around, I want to just note that there is a drain out here that looked to be in good condition. We're going to stay out here first and look at the building itself. We're going to look at the north. I'm looking at the northeast corner of the building. Just minor wear and tear, no major damage. There are some cracks in the concrete landing. We'll look at those when we get up there. I'm going to go around this way and walk. I'm going to walk back up into the building. As I do, I'm going to note that there's a crack in this is the northwest corner that we started from originally. As I go in, we'll see there's a crack in the concrete. Up the steps. Up to the top tip, there's a minor crack at the very first top of the landing. And there are cracks in the concrete. Can't see here. Okay, there are cracks in the concrete. They're minor cracks, but there are cracks here in the concrete. You see over by the bench, there's cracks in the concrete. And then going to the handrail. I'm going to turn around toward the south and look at both doors. There are two doors entrance. The one door is room number 19-010. And the second door is 19-011. We're going to hopefully go into the number 10 first. We are now going to go inside this room, number 1910. The door was locked. We walk in, we look to our left, and then turn around and look back toward the north. This is the door we just came into. So the door next to it, we're not going to go that door. That's the same door. We looked at outside. They're just side by sides. This room does have a divider up top while they have the different doors, but the doors lead it into the same room now because the dividers are not being used. So I make special note that this room is very unique. It's got a lot of awards and memorabilia in here. I'm going to note that up at the ceiling, it's kind of hard to see. There's the tiles have been painted. Mr. John Wayne, sir. There's a lot to see, but there's no damage that I can tell. There's some water standing in the back. The last tile behind the second bank of lights on the east side wall. I'm going to note the floor looks good. Again, we're still looking east. I will note that this back tile back here is very dark. I'm not sure if that was water or if it was made that way, but it is very dark. I'll note back in the corner, this is in the east wall, southeast corner of the room. There's a tile that is stained. This is the south wall of the building, of the room anyway. There are two more doors. We'll go inside those doors in a second. I believe also those doors also go into the same room as the dividers up top here, so they go in the same room. Again, there's lots of special tile that's been written on. All the lights are not on in the room, so it's hard to see some of this. I'm looking around the room, looking back toward the north wall. I will note that in the middle of the room here, just as on the west side of the room where the dividers are, there is some water-stained tile. This is in the just about the middle of the room. This is the west wall of the room, and then this is the north wall of the room. Now we're going to go into the rooms in the back here. These rooms do not have any door signs, but we're going to go to one on the left, which is on the east side of the room. Wow. Okay, so looking back, here again, all the room numbers. It's 19-10 and 19-011. Looking back at the doors, all the 103.5 country stickers. I'm going to turn around and walk into the room. To go in, there's another room to my left here. It's 19-008. We're going to go inside that room now. I'm going to go inside room 19-008. So we got some fishing poles. Do a quick survey of the room. This is the door we came in. I believe I'm looking west. I'm looking back east now, the east wall. And now I'm looking at the south wall. And we're going to exit out of the room. We are now going to go into room 19-009, which is directly across from 19-008. Looks like a teacher's office, maybe. Wow. The door we just came into and came through. This is the south wall of the room. This is the west wall of the room. This is the north corner of the room, north wall of the room. And then we'll just exit back out of the room. We're now going to go into the actual shop. We just left out of room 19-009. I'm going to go into the shop area. First thing that I walk in, to my left, I notice there's a boys' restroom. I'm going to go in there first. Room 19-006. There's some slight cracking in the wall in the corner of this room above the door. I go back in, just came in that door. I'll notice at the base of the divider wall where the stall is, there is some damage at the very bottom. Some materials hanging down. You'll notice on the outside of the door, the concrete has a break in it. Going at the inside of the wall, inside of the toilet area. Paint peeled off the wall. Looking, I believe, south. Looking into the shower area. East wall. I'm gonna head back out. There's some slight damage up top here where some of the plaster is coming out the wall. You can see the plaster in the corner here is starting to peel away also. I'm gonna walk down the east wall and then note the next room we come to is the girls' restroom. It's room 19-005. We go in. Looking at the north wall. Just minor damage, just paint chipping off the walls. I don't see any. There's a tile at the bottom below the sink that's broken. Paint chipping off the ceiling. Went to in the shower area. Again, not much to see. Small area, shower area. Look back before you go out at the door of the toilet area. You see some old damage. Okay, we're gonna just walk around the room. The room has got a lot of material in here, so we're gonna just walk around best we can and get what we can record. As I pass going toward the south, looking to my left, which is east, I noticed I guess it's a supply room, tools and things. See the gate is open, not locked. We'll note what's in here. Condition of the walls. All the wrenches and cutters and chargers, power tools. Again, the door was not locked. The next room I come to is 19-003. Enter 19 this is a supply room. See it again here, 19-003. You walk in, we'll note up top that there's some tile that are damaged pushing down. Another tile in the middle here that's pushing down severely. Bowed. Small tool room. We're now going to go into the next room, which is it's another tool room. It's 19-002. The tile just shows worn wear. It's they're blowing a little bit. Look on the south, on this east wall. Looks like some water had come in at one point. It doesn't look wet now. This is the east wall. Traveling toward the south, looking at the east wall. We're now looking at again, you can see the stain of something has come down, but it's not wet now at all. This is the south wall inside this room. Turning around toward my right, which is west. I'm facing west now. Again, you'll see more tiles that are kind of warped and swollen maybe. There's no real damage, just I'm gonna exit this room now. This is the far south wall. We'll look back. This is where we came from. We came from north and walked the entire south right, to my right, which is the east wall. We're now going to turn, walk toward the west, looking at the roll-up door on the south wall. This is the west wall. I can't really get through this area with all the equipment in here safely, so I'm going to go around. Again, we're traveling back north now, looking at the west side of the room, walls, equipment, etc. Behind here is obviously the welding area. We're not going to go back there. We're going to just kind of look back there. I can't do stuff in the way. But there's nothing much to see. Nothing's broken that I can see. It's just the work area. I'm going to continue walking back north to the front of the building to exit. Okay. And we're going to walk back into the classroom area. And we're going to walk back outside the room. We're finished the interior of this room, this building. Lights are all off. No, not all of them. We just left out of the agricultural building. We're now going to go just a little bit west to the next building, which is building number 9. We are at the northeast corner of building number 9. We're going to get this building the best we can on the exterior. There's a fence there that I have to try to maneuver around. We'll work that out. The back side of the building over here has a fence on both sides. Hopefully I can get in that area. We'll see. So again, this is the northeast corner. Going to start here and walk around toward the west. Don't really see any damage. I will note that there's a new patch of sidewalk here, and it turns into, you see the older sidewalk there. The older sidewalk looks to be in good condition. Here's the door, number 9-007. And as you see here, now we're at the end of the building. This is the northwest corner of the building. I can't get to that back side, but I will note here in the corner there is some cracking in the brick in the very corner. And if you look a little bit to the left, to the east in the wall here, you'll see some more cracking in the brick. That cracking goes into the corner. Goes from the very top up here in the corner, and it comes down. You can see it there, and how it goes stair steps over. We were able to get to the through the fence here and get to the west side of the building. Again, you see this is building number 9, ROTC building. See that number 9, the building identification sign is broken. See, it's cracked and broken. Looks like there could be some cracks in the block also down below that sign toward the bottom. Okay, we're looking toward the south. This is the west side of the building. You'll see the fenced in power equipment. You notice here at the window, the rubber gasket is coming down. We're now back looking east again at the west side of the building. There's that power cage again. The cage for the power supply is caged in. It's covered with weeds, but it's still in good condition. You see some work has started here. We'll note here also, just west of the building, there's a box. The entrance has been opened. Look down inside. You see the valves in there. We're going to go around the equipment here. We know there is some sidewalk here coming to the southwest corner of the building. Doesn't really show any major breaks in it that I can see so far. In the corner back here, this is the electrical room. Room 9-013. We'll go in there in just a second, if possible, since we're over here. And you can see where some digging's already started. Let's see if we can get access to room 9-013. Okay, we have the door open now. We're going to go into room 9-013. It's an AC room. First turn to my right and turn around to where we came in. This is the access door we came through. I'm looking to the west. You'll note here on the right side there's a rubber gasket that's kind of sticking through. Nice and cool in here. This is the south wall, interior south wall. This is the interior of the east wall. Looking back toward the north, you see the equipment. Behind the equipment now, looking, I believe, east. There's some staining in the northeast corner on the pedestal. And we're going to head back outside the Look back here also, just on the west side of the equipment. And again, we're going to head outside to continue our walk. We just came out from the entrance where the equipment stored, the west side of the building. Just want to make a special note that that gate when I went in was not locked. The chain was on the lock, so I put the chain back on the lock, and again, it is not locked. That's how I found it. As I leave this area here on the northwest corner, I'm going to note that there's some new sidewalk, like brand new sidewalk here. You see the new sidewalk, you see the old sidewalk, then you see new sidewalk again. I'm going to note that the new sidewalk's in good condition. The old sidewalk does have cracks all over it, in all the corners. Then as I walk toward the building again, you'll see where the old sidewalk and new sidewalk meet. The old and the new sidewalk are cracked. We're going to go around to the other side of the building and pick up where we left off on the southwest corner. We're going to start now back at the southwest corner of the building where we started on the inside of that barrier you can see ahead. We're going to walk from there and walk east, looking at the south wall of the building. And we're traveling east, looking at the south wall of the building. At the corner here of the building, this is the southeast corner, there is a uniform storage room, room 909-011. Okay, it's 9011. I'm going to try to enter that building, that room. I need to make special note that that room, I cannot access that door. The lock on that door is been filled up with something, sealed, so I cannot access that room. We're going to back out and continue walking around the building. This is the southeast corner of the building. We're now traveling around toward the north, looking at the east side of the building. This is another room here, and it says that it's the ARMS room 09-010, but again you can see that that door lock has been sealed. You can't get in there. As we travel, continuing looking at the east side of the building, we'll notice there's a knee wall here. And this knee wall is severely damaged. I'll go across it and look at it. You'll notice the, looks like the top bricks have been put on later. And the damage to the block. This is the south side of the wall. So go around and look at the east side of the wall. You see also it's been damaged. Again, we're facing the east side of the building, traveling north. We'll look back around at the interior of the wall. Looking back south now. You can see the damage to the wall and the broken blocks. But pan up underneath this overhang, you'll see there's a hole where a light was, or speaker, probably a light. You notice here also there is a sign, something kitchen, ROTC kitchen, or some kind of kitchen Sign is broken. You're going to notice that looking down that the concrete slab is broken. There's a line going from there's a crack going from just south of the door across the entire width of the slab. Look forward, we see a fence up ahead. We see another knee wall on the fence. That fence is leaning down, sloping down toward the to the right or toward the east. We'll also notice that when you go across, that knee wall on this side, this is the one on the north side, doesn't show nearly as much damage. It just shows age and wear. Some stones have been replaced. And now we're back again at the northeast corner. And you'll notice here that fence, the chain link fence, probably about a good solid 5 foot or 5.5 foot above ground. That fence is leaning out toward the right or toward the north. We're gonna try to go inside the building now, do the interior. Before I do, I want to note that another place here in the concrete has a crack going from the edge, outside edge from the grass, all the way to the building. You can see it there below the bench, and it goes all the way back to the building. We've just come inside the building number 9. Where the door we just entered. This is the east door. We're going to go to look to my right here to the south. There's room number 9-005. We're going to go into that room now. It's a small office type room. Start back, of course, by the way we just came in. Here's a door. Room is in good condition, from what I can see. There's a room just across from that door, room 9-010. We'll try to access that door in just a second. This looks like a maybe a storage room. We're going to go inside this room, number 9-010. You'll see the discoloration in the tile down here. This is a more white type tile. The other tile looks like a lot older and stained. It's more yellow. It's a small room, small storage room. Don't really see any damage except the staining on the floor, that tile. We'll head back out of the room. We're now back at the main entrance. We just came in the door, building 9. Looking around to the north floor, the room looks in good condition. I'm going to turn back and look at the we just came from, the window area. This is the room we just came out of, 9-005. It says 9-005 Cadet Commander. I'm going to walk in toward the room, which is I'm walking toward the west, looking west. There's Walk in more rooms, the women's bathroom, 9-003. Nothing really to report. Some grout missing in the corner, but there's no real damage in this room I can see so far. The next room to that is 9-002, which is the men's restroom. Nothing to report inside here. Well, yes, there is. There's a break in the tile, stair step crack and break. You'll see here in the middle, there's a crack in the grout. That crack then comes over down here and goes there. When it gets down a little farther, the actual goes through one of the tiles and then continues to stair step along. It breaks down the tile, going closer down, and this stair step goes all the way down to the floor. We continue walking in the room, walking south, looking toward the, no, we aren't. We're walking toward the west, looking at the north wall. We're coming to another door and the teacher planning room, 9-001. I come in, as usual, turn around. This is the door we came in. It's the teacher planning room. Look to my right first and notice there's a stair step crack going from the top down the wall, and it ends about at the window. It looks like, no, it goes down farther. It goes farther through the actual brick and then kind of stops. This would be the I think the south side of the room where the windows are. This should then be the west side of the room. This should be the northwest corner. And again, here you can see there are stair step crack in the corner. Looks like it's been maybe patched, but it's there. This should be the north side of the room. And we'll head back out. We're going to continue walking toward the west. I'm sorry, yeah, walking toward the west, looking at the north side of the room. Just the behind that glass is the teacher room we just left out of. Now turning toward the south. South wall. There are lockers or storage closets there. We've got some more rooms here, room 9-012. We're going to go inside this room 9-012 now. Light switch somewhere, hopefully. There it is. Okay, this is like the teacher's room. I'm going to step inside, turn around. This is the door we just came in. The only thing I see is some wear behind that chair on the wall. The chair has been rubbing the wall. Minor crack in just the paint and caulking, but no damage that I can see. There is a crack above this closet, this other room. Looks like a closet room. I'll look in there in a second. The top of the door, you'll see a minor crack on the left-hand side. We'll go inside this room. Looks like a closet. This is not a closet. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through here. Find a light switch. Okay, this is room 909-011, uniform storage room. We just went in the room down here and walked through the teacher's room, teacher's office, and came through the wall, came through the opening, and came into this room. So we're going to go in here now from the front. Again, this is room 09-001, 9-001. Okay, so looking to my right, this is the door we came out of. That is the instructor's room, room 9-012. Turning around, looking up, we'll notice that there is a stain in the tile. This is the door we just came in. Walking around, looking at the north side of this room. There are two more doors here. Let's find the first one. The first one up top says 9-015. This looks like a storage room also. It says electrical room, small electrical room, janitor's room. You see the sign there, the hot water heater up top. We'll see some breakage of the tile on the floor. Looks like something was here and it was pulled up, and there's some residue left on the bottom. We just are in the same room still, and then right here is room 9-016. We're going to go inside this room here. It looks like an electrical room, real tight fit. Okay, this is the electrical room. Okay, so we're going to turn around. That's the door we just came through. I'll look straight up and notice that there's some tile that's been damaged completely. Some water stained tile or moisture stained tile. The fire protection. And we're going to get out of this room. Back into the small little other storage room. And back into the main room here. We walk around, we're going to go to the next room. It's room 09009, girls' dressing room. small room. Start back with the room door that I came in. Looks like me in the mirror. How about that? Discolored tile and a small crack going from the floor up to the ceiling in the corner. We continue around. Just came out of the dressing room, the girls' dressing room / storage room. The double doors that are blocked just exit, but they're not accessible. We got more storage. Next we have the boys' dressing room, which is room 9. Well, discrepancy here. The sign says 90. The door sign says 9013. The sign above the door says 9-014. So either way, it's the boys' dressing room. Go ahead and turn around. The door we just came in through. Minor crack in the very corner, vertical crack in the corner. And we're going to head back outside of this room. Started back out. We're going back out past the teacher's planning room that we were just in. Came through this door. We're going to go back into the main room. There's a staff restroom. I'm going to go in here in just a quick second. Not much to see. There's the door we just came in. And we have one more room here to go in. This is the data room. It says 09660 data room. This is the only room I believe has carpet, if I can remember. You'll see some minor staining on the carpet. See a patch in the carpet on the floor under the computer table. There's a crack in the corner. That would be the northeast corner, I believe, but you can tell where it is by the desk and the books. Another small crack in the corner here. And I believe that concludes the interior of this building. We're going to head back out and go to our next building. We are now going to record the last building, which is building number 17. I am just a little ways away from building 17. You can see it in the background there. I started back here because I wanted to bring some things to attention. First of all, I'm on the southwest corner of the building. You'll see there's two walkways. One is a covered walkway going to the building, and one is an open walkway. I want to first make note that in the open walkway, there is starting at the very beginning almost, looks like it's been pressure washed. Okay, you can see where the clean part there is, and you can see the different strokes. Well, after that first section, there's a crack in the middle of the sidewalk, and that crack runs all the way down the sidewalk, all the way to the very end of that sidewalk where it ties in. And I'm going to show you the damage in detail. There's also a chain link fence to my left, which is west. It shows some minor damage to it, but just people bumped into it. It's not broken, it's just got some dents in it. But you can see there's cracks in the sidewalk. And when you get down to the last part of the sidewalk, you'll see it's broken in pretty much every direction. You can see the sidewalk over here to my left, which is on the west side of the building, is cracked all the way also. Also the sidewalk right at the corner of the building here, you'll see where the old sidewalk is turned into or cut into some newer sidewalk. But again, you see the concrete area all around here is broken in several places. You'll notice that next to the building, in this building 17, you'll see breaks in the sidewalk all around, or the concrete pad area. I turn around, you see them all over this area. We're now going to go back over to where the covered area starts and record that area also, and show you the cracks in that sidewalk as we get ready to record building number 17. So again, we're going to go toward building 17. We are on the southwest corner of it. You can see down the walkway here, you can see the building in the background. Back there at the building. I'm doing this so I can show you the cracks in the concrete. We're also going to look up top to the overhang covering. You see a big patch here in the concrete walkway. You'll see as we get closer to the building, on the bottom here, the sidewalk has some height deviation, not much, but just a little bit. Again, you're looking over, you'll see the cracks in the concrete pad. We're going to walk around the building, and since we're on this side, we're going to walk around to my right. So we're looking at the south side of the building now. Okay, and then we're going to walk to my right, which is toward the east, and look at the building, sidewalk area, walls, etc. I'll get the inside area when I get ready to go inside that area, the dark area back there, when I prepare to go into the interior of the building. We'll notice here on this is the first column, second column, third column at the bottom. There's some damage in the corner. This is counting from west to east. The fourth column, there's some slight damage at the bottom. We look back at the third column. Third column again, there is some damage toward the bottom on the east side. Looking back at the second column, again, same thing, some slight damage. You'll see it in the corner over here. And again, we'll get the inside once we complete the exterior of the building. In this case, the sidewalk looks good. There's no breaks I can see so far. Looking at the exterior of the building. And we're traveling east looking toward the north at the south side of the building. As I come to getting close to the southeast corner, we'll look down and notice that there's some cracks in the sidewalk. On the right side, first of all, which is the south side of the sidewalk, you'll see them all the way down. And then as I go around and get closer to the very southeast corner, you'll see more breaks in the sidewalk. Looking up at the building. Again, more breaks in the sidewalk. This is the actual southeast corner of the building. I'm facing northeast. I go down the ramp here, I see some more breaks in the sidewalk. This is right at the fence opening. I'm going to, this fence is open. I'm going to walk out here to close to the building. We'll take some notes of the fence. Looks to be in pretty good condition. You see some, looks like some air-conditioned ductwork or power supply, no power supplies or something. Or something, but it's to do with air conditioning. I see train on it. Again, looking at the building. As I walk down, I noticed that the fence has some bowing in it, leaning in toward the west. Looking at the building. And I'll note that I can't go through this fence, so I'm going to stop and turn around. But I will note at the end, the north side, the north east corner of the building, the top rail is missing off of the fence. We are now at the other side of that fence. You can see that same fence where we stopped just now, and the top rail is off. We're at the northeast corner of the building. You can see some new sidewalk has been added. See the new sidewalk and the old sidewalk. The building looks to be in good condition, but right here in the corner, the very corner, that's the, you see the brick part of the building in the background. This is the stucco type part of the building. In this northeast corner, you'll see a break in the corner in the wall. There's a crack going up probably about 2.5 feet or so. I take a quick look down the roadway. This is in the middle of the roadway behind the building. This is the north of the building. You'll just see some cracks, some asphalt cracks. You'll see a lot of scrapes and scratches on the asphalt and the curbing, just for notes. But again, back to the building itself, we've just walked past that northeast corner. We're going to look right here. There's 4 columns. The first column here on the northeast side, you'll notice at the bottom of the column, there's a break in the corner. As I continue, I'll notice that there must be someone here. There's a book inside the door there for the band room. I did not do that. There are mechanical rooms back here. So while we're back, we're going to go ahead and go into the mechanical rooms. I'll have to come back. This is a mechanical room. The number for this room is 17-0. I can't tell, 605 maybe. This is on the north side of the building. So there's only a couple doors back here. We'll go inside and check it out. I have taken the liberty here of already going ahead and unlock those doors. There's 3 sets of doors here on the north side that I'm going to open. Again, first we just passed the band room, and there's a book in that door there. I did not leave that book there. Mechanical room first. There's 3 doors. They're already open. We're going to go inside and look inside. Again, we're on the north side of the building. Cannot read the name of this door, the number, but it is a mechanical room. Find a light switch somewhere. Okay, as I come in the room, this is the door we just came in. Going around the room. No real damage, it's just some wear on the floor. Looking at all the duct work. This is the east wall. Breakers. Nothing to report here. That room has a timer so the light will go off. I am closing and locking that door. Next room next to it was the middle room. Had the light on already. It is also an AC mechanical type room. There's a ladder going up to the top. For this building, I was not instructed to go up there, so I'm not going to. Previous buildings I was instructed to, so since I wasn't on this one, we're not going to go up there. Just going around. Notice that the drain line is just barely over that hole. It's kind of off-centered a little bit, but it still works, I'm sure. See a slight patch in the wall. See what looks like mold in many areas in here on the piping, on the insulation. See the discoloration. You can also see it as I go back out. You can see it up top overhead. See the discoloration, I guess, with condensation maybe, I don't know, but there is still mold on here. Back at the front, at the entrance door now. Again, you can see it's actually wet to the touch. Go back outside. That room has a timer on it also, and light will go out. I am closing and locking that door. The next door is room 17-606. I tried, I could not access that door. I tried the key, and the key goes in and turns, but it will not open that door. I looked inside through the window. It's a very small electrical room. I couldn't see anything with my eyes in there, so I can't document anything in that room. That room is not documented. That's the electrical room, north side of the building, building 17, room 17-606. As I come around now, we're looking at the back entrance for the vocal music classroom. You'll see here that there are no door handles, so I will get that when I go around from the other side. I'm now approaching the northwest corner of the building. I only note that I'm not going to walk down very far, but I'm going to note that the corner fence post at the northwest corner has some really minor, it's got a bend in it, but there's no real damage. So we can't walk around the building here. We're going to go or back around and on the inside of the fence and record the far west side of the building, and then we'll go inside. We're going to start recording now. Again, we're at the northwest corner of the building. I'm looking at a propane tank that's just west of the building. Pan around slowly toward the east. Look at the building itself. This is the far west side of the building. This is the northwest corner. I'm taking a wide view because I looked the building over before I came back, and I don't really see any damage at all. But we're going to record the whole building for prosperity's sake. West of the building here, probably about 30 feet or so, there's a drain. It looks to be in pretty good condition. There's some minor cracking in the concrete, but it's in good condition. I do want to make sure I'm out here for another reason, to show you that there is the sidewalk here in this area. I'll start back here. This is an older sidewalk. You'll see breaks in the concrete. This is west of the building. I'm panning around now, going toward the front of the building, which is the south side. You can again see the cracks in the sidewalk. Look at them better as we walk that way. You see patches in the sidewalk, and you see cracks. This is the area I noted earlier when we first started recording. Now we're going to start and go inside the building. Now, for some reason, this building says 1601. I don't get that, but that's what it says. So we're going to walk inside here under the roof and look around. We're going to note here that the first column on the west side has a small dent in the bottom. We're going to pan around to the second column, starting from west to east, and note that there's some minor damage at the bottom. Some has been old and been painted over, but there's some not minor damage there. The roof area looks good. Ceiling area looks good. Looking at we saw this earlier. This is the second column, again, just showing from this view, showing the slight damage at the bottom. Third column. We're going to show the third column counting from west to east. There is much more major damage here than we saw this earlier from the other side. But you can see the damage in the column. And the fourth and final column here is to be in pretty good shape. Now I've taken the liberty of opening some of these doors. Again, this is the fourth and final column on the northeast corner. So while we're in here, I'm gonna start right here again and look down at the fourth column. We're gonna note some real minor cracks in the sidewalk, the pad here. I'm gonna go into a room. This is room number 17-622. Already open it up. This is the bathroom. Or taking the liberty of coming in here, cutting the light on, save me some time. Looks to be in good condition. Turn around toward the sink area. We will note that there's some wood been replaced there. No major breakage, just that it's wood there instead of what's normally there. Urinal. Toilet area. There is some minor cracking on the floor tile just below the privacy wall. There is also some tile breakage on the floor, just below, directly below the toilet paper dispenser. Overall view. Lights off. Well, I cut the lights off and the light still stayed on, so I'm not sure what's up with that, but you can see, I guess it stays on. The door is now locked. Went to the second door, which is a custodial room. This is room number 17-623, custodial room. This is a very small, tight room with supplies. No finished floor, just some dings in it, but it's just a storage room. The light's flickering, it's not coming on. If I can close this door. There's nothing back here to see at all. It's just, door's in good condition. We're gonna come out of here. This door now is closed and locked. The next door we're going to go into is the girls' toilet. There's no numbers up top. Let me see what it is. Room number 17. Where is it? It is 17-621. Hello? Hello, ladies? No one's in here. I'm going to go in here and look around real quick, like. When I come in, I note up top there's a crack in the ceiling next to the light. You can see it right there. There it is. And look at the first stall. Don't see any damage. Going to the smaller stall. No real damage. I do see some discoloration, maybe some of the paint's peeled off around that vent up top. But again, there's no major damage in here. Looking at the sink area. And we're going to head back out of this room. Lights off. Again, lights off, and one light stayed on. We are now going to, you just left out of room 17621, which is the girls' restroom. We're now going to go into the band room, which is room 1602. Don't quite get that, but it is what it is. This is the band room. I'm going to go inside here now. So I came in here a few minutes ago, and opened up all the room doors that I could. So make it a little easier to record these and a little quicker. I'm going to start here and look at, this is the door we just came into, room 1602. We're going to look to the west. This is the west wall, and you'll see we went to the first room, which is a teacher planning room. Room 17-611. Already been inside here, showing that it's open. You'll notice that the clock is out of the hole itself, and not broken. It's just out of the hole. Ceiling tiles are in good condition. Door we came through. Lights off. Closing the door. Locking it. The door is closed and locked. The next room is 17-612. It says office outside. There's a sort of an office area out here in front of that room. We go in looking at the carpet, the walls, ceiling tile, room's in good condition, nothing much to note. Lights off. The door is closed and locked. As we continue walking, looking, this is the west side of the room. Again, we're traveling north. Had to get my bearings here. The next room is room 17613. You can see where we just came from, the entrance door in the first two classrooms, the first two offices. So we come in this room, look around. I don't see much. There's a very slight Damage to a ceiling tile right over the door. I don't know where the switch is for this room. Maybe it's outside. I don't see the light switch for this room, so excuse me, I'm just gonna close the door. This door is not locked. It is locked. I'm sorry. This door is closed. There. No, this door. Okay, the door is closed. It is not locked. We continue heading south, looking at the west wall. The next room is room number 17-614, 17-614. It says uniform storage. Has a timer light on it. Looking back at the wall, you see the base plate is missing on the floor. We notice that there's a tile in the back that's a little bit loose. We all notice some small water stain or moisture stain in the tile in the back. And this is the door we came in. The timer sort of go off by itself. And this door is now closed and not locked. Let me try to lock this door. Okay, I was able to lock this door. Room 17-614 is locked. We're looking at the north wall now, the northwest corner. You notice that's the door that was open. I did not put that book there, so I am not going to remove it. Just making a note of that. The door is propped open. It was propped open when I got here. We're walking toward the east now, looking at the north wall. As I get closer, I'm gonna go back over that door. And above that door, it's very minor, but some minor damage up here in the ceiling tile. What I do want to note though is that, how do I do this? Let me go around. Okay, I'm on the north side of the room. I'm going to walk toward the east, walk up the ramp. Notice there's some just some flawed areas and things here down at the base. It's not really damaged, it's been painted over. Just wanted to show that area. We're now on this east side. The guy just told me that they're going to be inundated with kids here in just a minute, so I need to try to hurry up, get out of here. We're going into practice room D, room 17-616. Notice some slight damage at the top corner of that door. We go in, not much to see in here. It's a small practice room. Notice there is no door handle, no door knob, just a handle. we continue toward the south, the next room has a ramp on it, and this is room number 17-617. Looking around, there's no real damage. It's like a metal room. It's acoustically sound. And the door we just came through. Again, there's no door knob, just a handle. Lights off. We're now going to another practice room B. That room number is 17-618. Again, there's no door knob, just a handle. That room was not locked. Notice there's some dents, the back wall and like a grill area. Notice that the vent at the bottom has some minor dents in it, but it's no big deal. Lights off. Again, we're on the east wall. Noticing there's some staining in the tile up top. We're going into practice room A, which is room number 17-619. Again, this room is already open for me. There is no handle, just no door knob, just a handle. We'll notice that the light shade diffuser is off, hanging. And the first light is not on, but no damage. Yep, lights off, door closed. Next room we're going to go into, the instrument storage room, room number 17-620. Before I go in, I'm going to look up here at the ceiling tiles. You'll notice some minor damage, but it's not just very noticeable. Just some minor damage in the ceiling tiles, some simply a little bit out of place, but no real damage. We're going into room 17-620. I think we're looking north. I'm looking west now at the storage area. I see there's some ceiling tile up top here that has some holes in it. I also see there's something like drainage of something in the top ceiling tile. Something is drained down. Ceiling tiles a little bit out of place, but they're okay. Just looking around the room. Again, minor ceiling tiles out of the way, out of place, but nothing's broken or damaged. Looking up and down all the areas of the room. And again, just ceiling tiles out of place a little bit. Now in this, so here's the door we just came in. And that same wall, I'm kind of turned around which way I'm facing. If that same wall, where that door is, up top and over to my left, we'll notice that there is some ceiling tiles that have some stains, some moisture stains on them. The ones over here have some damage also. We'll head back out of this room. Lights off. We're going to be in the southwest corner of the room. And we're going to start from the west side and do an overall view of the room. We're standing in front of room 17-620. These rooms we just came through. There are some people in here. This is an overall view of the room. I'm gonna walk down and look at this south wall. Watch my step. Notice some minor damage here to the couple of the acoustic panels. This is the second one from that room we just came out of. The fourth one on both sides of the bottom. And we're now going to stand close to this south door and do a 360 overall view of the room. Better yet, say a 180, not a 360. Just a 180 view, the entire room from this angle. And we're going to exit the room. Students are just coming back from an event, I guess. So I'm going to go inside here and get out of here real quick. This is room 1602 in building 17. We are now inside this room, and we're going to start with the door we just came in, do a nice 360-degree panoramic looking at the entire room from top to bottom. We're now facing directly south. This is the south wall. I do see some kind of a drain line in the back. We're panning around toward the west. I do see in the corner there are some ceiling tiles with water damage. If I look up higher to the ceiling, top ceiling, again in that very southwest corner, you'll notice more ceiling tiles with moisture damage. This is the west wall. Looking at now. So in the northwest corner, up top, you'll see ceiling tiles that have 1, 2, 3 of them that have water damage or moisture damage. Then directly below those same tiles, where is it? I lost it there. Okay, there's the water damage up top. And then you come down to right there, you'll see more tiles directly below that have moisture damage as well. As I pan around toward the north, we'll notice there's a broken ceiling tile north wall. And then there's some rooms in the back that we're going to go into in just a second. Panning around toward the east. We're going to start right by where we came in, which is the south entrance. So there's a door here into a room. The first room is room number 17-610. Again, these doors are already open for me. there is a box, electrical box that's open. The key is in it, and it's just sitting open. You notice where the clock is supposed to be, there is none. Walk toward the north. The next room right next to it is room number 17-609. I'll note here in the corner, the southwest corner, ceiling tile is gone completely. We'll back out. Continue to travel north. We'll notice that another hole in the wall where the clock goes, there's no clock there. We're going into 17-609, music storage room. There's some, looks like some IT equipment in here, some fire protection equipment in here maybe, or both. I will note there's some damage in the door itself. In the middle of the door, there's a nice dent right in the center, probably about 5 foot high, 4.5, 5 foot high. Next room we're going into, we got to get to it, is it says robe storage. It's room 17-607. 17-607. Small room. I will note in the back part of the room is a ceiling tile that has water, is broken, has a small break in it, and has water damage, moisture damage. We're now at the north doors on the northwest side of the building. I'll make a note that just inside that door there is a fire extinguisher box, and that box is broken. The door is broken. The next room we're going to go into is 17-603, like just a storage type room. It's in good condition, nothing much to look at here. And we're gonna walk around and go back here in the corner. This is the northwest corner. There's a room back here. We'll see it here. This is room number 17-602. Okay, it's really dark. Light came on, but it's really dark in here. I can probably get it though. Come in the room. Look to my left. This is the west wall. It's equipment, storage type equipment. Can't see any damage. There is some minor, like in the corner there, that acoustic panel, the material tear. The one across from that, there's the same thing on this side and the other side. There's some minor tears in the corner. Really hard to focus in here, it's real dark. And it's an odd shaped room. 5, 6 walls. This is the door we just came through. So we're going to do a quick look around in this room from this corner. This is the northwest corner. I'm looking east now. Again, you see some of the those acoustic panels have some tears at the bottom of them. A few of them do. Having to walk through a lot of material and equipment. You see some of them have some minor tears at the bottom corners. You'll see this looks like an insulated drain line. I showed it to you earlier. But from this angle, you can see that there's a piece of the insulation missing. And again, this is where, right here is where that ceiling tile has the wet areas and all this area here. Then right above that, there's a damage in the wall. Then above that is where the other top ceiling tiles are showing signs of moisture. And then below that, again, it's just ceiling. All these ceiling tiles have, not all of them, a lot of them have moisture damage. Let me take one more quick view around the room from this angle. This is the southwest corner. This is the door we came in. The rooms that we looked at first. I'm facing east, panning around toward the north. There's what is that? There's a piece of paper hanging from the ceiling. Doesn't look like damage. Ceiling tile. And this is the north wall. And folks, I believe this is the end of the interior of this building. This is building number 17. This is Carrick Williams Photography. Thank you so much again, Allstate Construction, for utilizing our services. We hope that we can continue to work for you guys and you're pleased with our work. Thank you very much, Keith and the gang. You take care. See you next time.